Hi, this is Steve Yin from SAB Heli Division and BK Hobbies, and
I'm Cliff, and I'm here with BK Hobbies.
we're here today to do a blade comparison. We're going to be doing a review on the S700, S701s, and S721 blades, and we'll see what we think about them, give our honest review, and go from there.
And see what you guys think. There's a little bit of difference. We don't really know what the difference is, so we're going to find out too.
All right, so we just flew the S700 blades, and we just kind of want to give a baseline thoughts on it, so that way we can do a comparison with the 701s and 721s next. So I'll let Cliff go first, since he flew first. So what's your thoughts on the 700?
So I typically fly switch blades, and they're definitely different than the switches. They are not quite as quick off center. They auto pretty well. They seem really stable. Did a few autos. They have plenty of hit speed still left at the bottom of the auto. Tracking wise, I did a couple of F3C big air kind of things. Everything seemed really good, really stable with those. I could get used to them, but they are just not quite as quick off center as what I'm used to.
All right, cool. All right, and then for myself, I usually fly switch blades as well. But I have been flying the S700 blades quite a bit these days, since the Orange Raw scheme came out. And I have to say, I like the efficiency of them. They are quieter, so it takes a little bit more effort to make them bark, but they still do make some noise. And with the right head speed, they'll make noise as well. So overall, I think they're a great value and great blade, very efficient blade to use. All right, so we have Cliff here, and he just flew the S701 blades, and he's gonna give a quick rundown on that.
Overall, I like the blade. The big differences I noticed with the 700s versus the 701s, they are much quicker off center. They're still really stable doing the upstairs stuff, the F3C stuff, nice and stable in the loops, nice and stable in the roll, smooth, quiet. TikToks, that's where you notice the big difference was you can get a lot more pop, 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 pop off of it with a lot less collective, a lot less input from you. Auto-wise, a lot more hang time. You can really slow it down a whole lot more in the air and still have plenty of head speed left at the end. You can also overspeed it. So they speed back up pretty quick as you're coming down. You can get a pretty good overspeed out of them coming down too. And then of course you still have plenty of hang time. But I would compare those a lot to like rails, the switches that I do fly, RT blades. I would fly that blade. I like it.
All right.
But they are quieter. They're definitely quieter than what I'm used to, but performance is there. I like them.
As far as quietness versus the S700s, though, are they quieter or are they the same?
I think they're pretty comparable. The big thing with the 700 blades I noticed so much was how much still you had to dig into it with the collective.
Right. All right. So I just flew the S721 blades, and I was the first to go at these, so I'll give my take on them. So right off the bat, you feel that they're definitely bigger blades. The 20 millimeter on each blade definitely plays a big part. I also thought that they sounded louder to me. Now, it could just be in my head, but it did seem like they just kind of barked more when I was doing my TikToks and just, my flippy doos and maneuvers like that. Circuits and things like that, they stayed locked in, didn't feel any weirdness, bobbles. Piro flips, I'm stuck at it, but yeah, they can do it, I can't. More floatiness for sure, that's guaranteed with bigger blades, but I definitely noticed that when I was flipping, I just couldn't help but keep the helicopter going upward, meaning I was giving too much collective at each, level point of the helicopter. So, all right, so I just flew the S701s and Cliff just flew the S721s. I'm gonna let him take his take on those first, and then we'll go from there.
My personal favorite blade, 721s. I really like those. I have found a new blade. They're still really quick off center. They're very stable. The F3C, the upstairs stuff, nice and smooth and stable. Doing the TikToks, you still don't have to dig very much into the collective. It's just there. It's poppy. They are a little bit noisier than the 700 blades, for sure. Don't know if I notice a whole lot of difference in sound with that and the 701s. my flying, my Puro flips, I couldn't notice any difference in that.
Wait. Your pure flip stayed in place with the 721s.
Well, that could have been the blade. So it could have been.
It's
Okay.
100% the blades.
So the 721s guaranteed to help your Puro flips out. Guaranteed. My funnels and that kind of thing, just lots of power there. You can rip right through there with those things. Now it is a bigger blade. Some people don't like the bigger blades, the 721s. Don't know that I can tell a huge difference in the performance. That over a 713, they are quieter than the Switch 713. They are a little bit quieter. I mean, yeah, a little bit quieter than the Switches. Auto's great. Hang time is forever and a day. You can even do an overspeed auto, so if you're sitting there and you're hanging out doing a nice slow auto. I noticed it with the 701s too. Both of those do well. If you're autoing down slow and you need to get a little bit of extra speed at the bottom to land, you can just pull the collective down, dip the nose down a little bit, and go ahead and go, and you're good. Plenty of head speed to land.
Great. And so I just flew the S701s, and compared to the S700s, so comparing to the default blades that come with the raw 700, they are way faster off center, like surprisingly faster off center. The other thing I noticed is, I don't know if it's just the helicopter or my setup, but I don't know. The 721s and the 701s seem faster as far as moving my heli through the air. It just seemed like it would pick up speed faster and just kind of move faster. And that could be with the CG of the blades being able to kind of hold that head speed a little bit easier or better throughout the collective pitch range. So, but yeah, overall, I'm gonna say out of the lot, my favorite blade actually was the 721s as well. I thought that they had great sound, great bite in the air. Cyclic wise, they weren't as fast as the 701s. I did notice that they were just a tad slower, but that's not a bad thing, right? Like yeah, the disc size is gonna change your rotational speed. So I think overall, the rotational speed is very close, having a 20 millimeter longer blade, but it is just a little bit slower than the 701s. I would say it's probably comparable. That's still faster than the 700 stuff. So that's one thing I did like about the 701 and the 721s is that the agility of the blades were faster. So
I think both of us even said that when we were flying. As soon as we started using the rule, it's a lot quicker. A lot.
Yes. So I think, yeah. So my blade of choice, I'm gonna say the 721s as well, with a second place, real close second place of a 701s.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. You can always shop for these blades and more at bkhobbies.com.
And if you have any questions, if you want to try some blades out, I'm going to have these. Find me. If we're at the same fun fly, come find me. Strap them on and see what you think of them.
All right. See you later.
Deuces.